back to Eye in the Sky Drones. You know we do drone tech here on this channel, and today we're coming in with the DJI RC. Yes, this is the remote that was sold with the Mavic, the Mini 3 Pro, but I fly the Mavic 3, and the DJI RC Pro was a little bit too expensive, so I went with this guy. So tune in, we're gonna go over some of the details, the specs of this guy, and we're gonna see why this should be your RC. Looking at the controller, the DJI flap is pre-built in. You can't load any other type of apps onto it, but this is just to look at it. You have your video button, your photo button, gimbal control, zoom control, and on the back you have your customizable buttons right here and right here, and a place for your sticks. Has an internal cooling fan. Oops. On the bottom we have let me see if you can see it, a micro SD slot and where the USB-C goes. Right now it doesn't have any type of HDMI out. That's why some prefer the DJI RC Pro, but it's still a solid controller. One of the reasons I picked up this guy is I was initially using the iPad Air just to set up time alone, plugging everything in. I love the screen real estate, but sometimes I miss some shots, so I went with the DJI RC. Now it's grabbed the controller out the bag and I'm up in the air and ready to fly. So this was one of the main things that attracted me to this remote. I think a lot of others could appreciate it. A lot of people say the screen brightness isn't as good as the RC Pro, but that's okay. The screen is still pretty bright, even in some dim situations. You can get, some sunny situations, the screen will still, push up the nits and let you really get to see good with it. The controls, they feel responsive. It feels good in the air flying. I haven't noticed any difference with distance. I still fly visual line of sight, but I haven't had any disconnect issues, any issues along those areas. The control does have two buttons in the back. They're customizable buttons. They're really good. It's a game changer when you're out on the go and you want to change aperture, ISO. You can do it right from the controller. And the biggest thing that I love about this controller is the zoom wheel. On the standard RC, you don't get a zoom wheel. So you can control the gimbal on the standard RC, but you can't control the zoom. So when you're recording video and you're in flight, you now have a wheel to zoom in while you're in flight. So that can make for some interesting shots. You can get kind of creative with it. It's awesome. But this is this guy right here. I did notice with this controller one drawback that I really didn't like. It doesn't allow you to use the zoom wheel in single photo when you're taking photos. You have to go to Explorer mode to use the zoom wheel while taking photos. I can get over that, but it's hopefully DJI will update that later on. With this controller being equipped with an SD card slot, it's good for doing screen recordings, and it takes a clip of your in-flight videos. So that's all the SD card slot is for. It doesn't save video directly from the drone. It's just what you see on the screen. It has some limitations to it. Transferring the files from the controller can be a little bit cumbersome without having to take the SD card out in and out every time. But that's something I'm willing to give up. It feels great in the hand. It's a good size. The screen built in, that's a game changer for me. I don't know about you, but having that screen built in is something that I've always wanted. Even when I look back at some of the unique drones, or I can't quite remember the name, but those drones had that screen built in. I always thought that was a good feature. And another big selling point of this is the price point. The RC Pro is $1,100 US, $1,200. This thing is at $309, so it makes it affordable. It comes with the Mini 3 if you buy that kit. It doesn't come with the Mavic 3 yet, but DJI may make that move. The price of it, just to throw it in there with the Mavic 3 would make that a complete kit. Some people are saying that a Mavic 3 SE may be coming down the line. I wonder if this is going to be included with its standard. Who knows? That's all I really had today on the DJI RC. It's a great controller. It's worth the money. Makes flying a lot easier. If I was you, I would get it. If you have the Mini 3 or the Mavic 3, it's a great accessory to have. Doesn't quite work with the Air 2S yet, but that's something they may be doing in the future. Alright, signing out now from Iron Sky Drones. Be safe and have fun flying.